in person too. We may not be there, but they are definitely there, and that's what's important. You know, that offline gameplay happening. So let's get it. Mask on, but in the game we're gonna be mask off for sure.
That's right. Let's get it, man. This is actually gonna be a really awesome match. You know, we just seen a lot of character variety just throughout the course of yesterday. I mean, some Min, some Toon Link, like we talked about before, characters that we just don't really get to see as much. And I mean, depending on how you feel about Min, probably a character that you don't really want to see at all. But I like the character, but no Min here. We got ZSS and we got Toon Link. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Kicking it off, Pokemon Stadium. This match has, I mean, historically been a very interesting one for, you know, ZSS. I've heard some people say that she likes the matchup. I've heard some people say that she absolutely cannot stand Toon Link. So I'm excited to see how the numbers are going to fall.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it both ways, man. I feel like Toon Link's not really like the most combo heavy character, but he is definitely a harasser. Like he's gonna have hitboxes out there quite frequently. So maybe a lot of twos and fews in there. But for the most part, it's gonna be a lot of. Wait, hold on now. Okay, man, to get through that, I was like, oh man, I thought he was about to catch that boost kick for a second off that up air, but yeah, man. So that damage even right back up, and that's the difference between these two characters. ZSS will be able to find some nice loops off these up airs, and then potentially just a reset. But yeah, JoJoDaHobo is going to fight for pretty much every percentage that he gets. Although eventually, he's in this percent now where he can look for the up tilt up air maybe. Might have passed it.
Oh, for sure, man. It's certainly on the horizon for sure. I mean, you talked about just the ability to harass. I mean, Toon Link, of course, does it like really in a category of their own. I mean, there's very few characters that are really armed to the T like Toon Link is that can also harass in a competitive format, especially at this level. But I mean, I can't take anything away from Exodia. Again, playing like all 5 pieces right now. The up airs, of course, just kind of serve troublesome for JoJoDaHobo right now. And as you can see, man, there's 133% lead. This is not looking good here.
Oh. All right, man. So yeah, gotta get it back in here sooner than later. Already losing that style. Oh, Jesus, quick 40 right there. Go ahead and put himself a little further behind. He's got to look for this big hit, and this is the issue right here. Link doesn't really have too many confirms into larger hits here, so it's gonna be like a Randy up smash or you know, a up tilt up air if that's even still on the table. But other than that, man, like this character is going to be kind of struggling to get this KO now, especially with Exodia playing this range game. You see the Zairs and the Nairs coming out, kind of keep this Toon Link at bay.
Oh, you're most definitely right, and I'm actually glad you brought that up. Like just the utilization of up air, we really haven't seen hit the mark. Up air, very dangerous tool in all 3 of the Link's toolkits. I mean, it just lasts for quite some time. It's really hard to air dodge through, and wow, JoJoDaHobo exiting stage left right there. Unfortunately, Exodia looking really good right here in this match.
Yeah, that was, I mean, look, I get it, you know, like you're trying to end a stock, but I don't know if that felt like that should have been a misplay or like a misclick or something like this. You know, that stalled and fall from Toon Link last for a long time. So, you know, trying to go for something like that off the stage, I don't even know if there was no trade actually to be had. Like you just would have caught a flip jump. There it is, the up air finally finding the mark, but already at 76% on his last stock, man. Rough.
Yeah, very rough. This is Exodia I actually wanted to see yesterday. Now, I do feel like Exodia had a couple matches that were just kind of like some landslide victories for the other side. I mean, and I get it. You know, you're playing up against Sen, the best Ness in the world. I mean, it's sometimes just going to get steamrolled. But I feel like if they had a couple more matches more at this type of level here, you can certainly start to see them come alive right there. Exodia activating that trap card, setting it up at the ledge and shutting it down. Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of an easy dub right there for Exodia. JoJoDaHobo gonna have to come back to well, did you come back to the drawing board with something better than that, man? That was rough.
Yeah, very rough. Exodia, of course, coming alive the way I expected them to in this game. JoJoDaHobo, again, I mean, it's not like they don't have the toolkit to really, you know, get up underneath a ZSS's skin. You have the projectile game, you have the zoning game. Now, obviously, she has to footwork. She's very nimble, and of course, we give her platforms that just really opens up the opportunity for her to move around you the way she wants to. But you gotta build that wall, and also take into consideration ZSS kind of light in the ass. Okay, not the heaviest gal in the world. So you figure a couple bomb forward airs, and you'll be cooking with the right type of grease. But let's see what we get here for game 2.
Yeah, man. So I'm not really sure how this one's going to play out with this stage. Again, this is really not a match that you get to see too often because, yeah, Toon Link just not really on the docket here when it comes to ultimate gameplay. So, but regardless, this one man is going to try to put the Toon Link on. It is going to be JoJoDaHobo. He had a pretty good start in that first game, but a couple mishaps on that. Well, first dropping that second stock on that dare and then just not being able to stock sooner than later anyway. This is right back to what I was expecting to see, though, man. It's a lot of him swinging wildly to try to catch this ZSS, because he's obviously got the speed advantage on him, plus some safer tools in neutral.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Just kind of putting hitboxes out there and hoping she'll kind of run into it, because, you know, no disrespect to any of the ZSSs, but I'd be lying if I said that sometimes they don't get kind of into like this autopilot-y type of mode where they got such great movement options after just kind of empty jumping around you, not really pressing buttons because they know that they can versus a good chunk of the cast. But in Toon Link's case, you know, you got to watch out for Boomerang coming back. You know, bow and arrow not quite as quick as, you know, adult Link and young Links, but you also have Bomb 2, which lasts a considerable amount of time. So you can't quite jump around on young Link for free. Then there's also the threat, like you talked about earlier, bro, of up air, which obviously she cannot deal with. But back air right there, shutting it down off stage. What's it going to be?
Okay, back onto the... Oh! Almost, man. Soft landing up air to the hard up air at the top. Well, I think that was still a soft up there because of how long it took. But, man, if that was a strong one, that could have been something. Unfortunately, dropping shield on the most important hit of that side B. And going to end up losing that stock, unfortunately. But let us see if he can get back into the game. Already taking a quick 41. This is where ZSS kind of shines.
Yeah, you talked about harassing. I mean, here it is, just unfortunately for JoJoDaHobo, the other way around. Oh, I like the attempt on the pivot grab. Unfortunately, not getting to the other side. Down there looking pretty good, too. Not quite able to get the KO off the top. The ceiling here, much lighter, but good. Lords, or excuse me, much higher. But Exodia looking very light at the ledge. I think that was turnaround F tilt that was able to catch those frames as they were disappearing right there, unfortunately.
Right. So see him trying to move back into... Oh, not going to be able to get it right there. Unfortunate, but hey, no, JoJoDaHobo, I mean, at least able to get this stock off, but gotta have to do a little more to get himself back into this game. Only finding small hits here and there. The bomb hit, but unfortunately on that platform, where else was he going to go? I felt like that back air actually covered every option except maybe a get up attack perfectly timed. So, man.
Yeah, Exodia just on the money with the option covers, and for good reason. I mean, it goes without saying that, you know, you put Young Link, Toon Link, any of the links in a really awkward spot, they're really going to try to wait it out as long as possible and really rely on like those special attacks to get themselves out of harm's way. But Exodia really not having any of it right there, holding on to this lead. I mean, I will say for JoJo, it was nice to see it at 2 stocks, despite the percents telling a slightly different story. But you're going to have to fight twice as hard out of this deficit here. I like that.
All right. Looking a little rough for him, though, for sure. Okay. Oh, okay. I like that, man. Just, he's like, you know, I knew you're gonna jump out the corner, though. After all this like standing pressure that I'm doing, just standing here menacingly. Unfortunately, though, still has a full stock to get past. As we,
okay. Getting fancy. No. What are those into the up B? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was kind of an interesting roll on too, because he was pretty much safe to do a standard get up after the paralyzer went past him, but I guess he assumed that ZSS was going to run forward and go for the down smash instead, but no, just stood in place, knew the roll-in was coming, and got the easy dub right there.
Yeah, very interesting interaction at the edges of the stage too, because I mean, just a few interactions before, I think I've seen like an attempt at a pivot grab there from JoJo. So, I mean, it goes without saying that these two players, lesser players, don't really interact at the ledge the way these two do. They are very comfortable in the matchup versus each other, but it's just all about execution at this point. JoJo, I mean, both of these two characters need setups. Let's start there. But the issue is that, especially in Young Link's case, a lot of your options are really telegraphed. If you don't use bomb, oh wow. Yeah, if you don't use bomb, you're not really going to be able to mix it up as much as you probably like to. But no mix is needed here for Incineroar. I mean, we're really just going to toss that weight around the best way we know how.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to see how this one plays out. Look at that. Right back into it, one move. Right? Uh-oh. So Incineroar, surprisingly enough, like, his out-of-field options aren't that bad. Incineroar's biggest issue is just being slow. Like, the character definitely has sauce. Oh my god. Okay, I thought that was gonna be, if that was a hard hit, that might have actually been it. Okay, back on the stage and just taking a flip kick though, should be able to make this one back freely. No one's over there to punish him.
Okay. And yeah, okay. You better watch how you play at the ledge versus ZSS. Yes, and we are on the money with all these Alolan whips here. And I mean, I'll be real. Exodia, you know, like you talked about, you know, certainly has the speed advantage. You know, very, very nimble character, can dance around Incineroar, but Incineroar does have that up close and personal boxing game. Not the worst options in the world out of shield. And also those points in time in the matches where we need those KOs with just like a stray hit or just something real meaty. ZSS still looking for that setup. Incineroar just tossing that fur around. So we'll see what's up with it. Great dash attack there.
Yeah, I wonder if you grab Incineroar out of it, Revenge is just gone though. So I was wondering if he's if Exodia knows that. Definitely still playing the range game around that Revenge. It wasn't like a large Revenge anyway. I think it was on like a single hit of like the side B or something. However, though, getting flipped up off the top, he was like, you know what? I've done enough damage, and I don't want you to go behind me because there's a lot of stage back there. Let's see if I can get this KO off the top. That's unfortunate though. Now I think he wanted the cancel, or he wanted that way high up so that way he could hit the ground no lag. But because that platform was there, yeah, he ended up hitting that low earlier.
Yeah, great KO off the top right there. Just kind of giving Exodia a little taste of his own medicine. And I'll be honest, as much as I'm sure the Toon Link has certainly served him some greatness, I like the Incineroar a little bit better, at least for this matchup. I mean, you're already down 2 games. At this point, it's like, let me just try something a little bit different right now. And I will say as well, Exodia has to show JoJo just a little bit more respect, some different type of respect than what we're not really seeing there with the JoJo Toon Link match. Gets another Alolan Whip. Exodia's getting sent around. Won't be able to take too many more of those. Really utilizing, up tilt, and of course that frame 1 jab up close. Uh-oh.
Okay. Oh, I like that idea though, trying to go for the back here. However, these Alolan Whips are finding the mark. He's getting a lot of damage, plus a lot of stocks off those. 2 stocks now being dropped to the Alolan Whip. Damage been added up. Quick little Darkest Lariat to go ahead and get through that.
That's right, neutral special right there just to break up the commotion. But yes, once more, it is the backer that shuts it down. And there's that finesse I was talking about, man. Exodia very well aware of what happens at these high percents. This is not a boxing contest by any means, despite what Incineroar might try to entice. I am definitely here, you know what I'm saying, for the quick and agile attacks in and out. Like that, taking the platform away too. Just tapping into some of that Toon Link energy too that we've seen a couple games ago. Take that platform away from Exodia. Do not allow them to use it for free.
Oh, I thought that was looking like a free grab right there. Exodia might be able to just damage this this Revenge off, and it's having a hard time finding this hit.
Yeah, definitely a daunting task for sure. Man. Oh, damn.
Yeah, that's man. So he was for one. Not only did the Revenge leave, that's how you know you was trying to get slapped up. When you get the Revenge taken away from you off of damage and not just a grab, that like you're definitely getting slapped up a little bit, and just couldn't get anything going for himself off that Revenge. But hey, man, you know, it was still a great showing for him. Gonna have to fall here to Exodia, but still a great showing to even be able to make it this far.
Yeah, it is kind of unfortunate how that one